What is going on, guys? This is All Gaming with my review of Bleach chapter 579. And this chapter I do have some mixed feelings about, but I will get to that in a little bit. But the chapter itself, it starts off with focusing on Gremmy here, and he's now thinking that he was killed by his own imagination. And that right there is not true, because he actually said that he was able to imagine, Kenpachi power. But then we see Kenpachi himself, he's now landed, and we see that he's now walking in a pool of Gremmy's blood. But we see Kenpachi and the body is definitely beat up, so it goes to show you that Gremmy here, he was actually a pretty good opponent for Kenpachi, but of course there was no way that he was going to win. But Gremmy himself, his body is back to normal, but you just tell that he's in no condition to fight anymore. So right now he was actually able to comprehend and imagine all of Kenpachi's power, but the thing that cost him that, it was his body, because he could not figure out how in the world could Kenpachi's body contain that much power without destroying itself. So it just goes to show you, how much of a beast that Kenpachi is. But we see Gremmy now, he was saying that he did not lose because of his own imagination, he lost because of his body. But that right there, it's only an excuse, because that body right there is also from his imagination. So now we see that Gremmy here, his body, it is now breaking apart, and we see that it's slowly deteriorating. So now we see that Gremmy himself, he has now shot out his own brain, and that right there, it's pretty freaking crazy. And we see now that even Kenpachi is like shocked by that. And so now we see Gremmy, he is now saying, words that he saw, that he said, when him and Kenpachi, first started fighting. And he said that I will show you that I could kill you without lifting a single finger. And because of the body, being made from his imagination, it goes to show you that he never did use a finger, because he has none. It's only his brain. But I do wonder, if Gremmy did make a body that was able to contain Kenpachi's power, then that would would have been a whole nother story. But now we see that his own imagination, it is now at its limits. And so now he was saying that he will imagine a world where there is no imagination. So basically, Gremmy here kind of killed himself, which is definitely kind of weak, because we did not see his holy Quincy form, which is definitely surprising, because so far whenever we saw Quincy do battle, they always went into their final holy form before dying. And yeah, Gremmy here, he is like the first one in a very long time that we have not seen do that. So that really was definitely surprising. But now that Gremmy really is dead, we see now that the fortress that he made is now breaking apart. And we see that all of these members of Squad 11, they are now, surprised by this. And they're actually, very happy, because obviously this means that Kenpachi has won. So they're now headed to where he is. But because Gremmy is dead, we see now that the pool of blood that he was making from his body, that right there is now all gone. And so now we see that Kenpachi, now that we see that Kenpachi, he's actually, really freaking hurt, because we see that he actually coughing up a lot of blood, because it seems that one of his organs, I'm not sure which one, but one of them has now ruptured. So obviously he's definitely hurt. And even that explosion that Gremmy had created, that also made him go, partially deaf. And so now, of course, he looking for Yachiru, because as we all know, she had went to Isane so that she can get her arm healed. And now we see that only her uniform is now left behind. So there is definitely not looking pretty good. But now we see the squad members of Squad 11, they have now joined Kenpachi. And even though they're all happy that he won the battle, Kenpachi is definitely wondering where Yachiru is, and he asked them if they seen her. And so, of course they haven't. And Kenpachi, tells them to go search for her, and they were saying that of course, that they can't find her, of course, because if Kenpachi can, then how in the world does he expect them to? But of course, Kenpachi right now is very concerned, and we see that he actually loses it, and he tells him, that he really doesn't care to just go search. And so of course there is no way that these men will ever talk back to their captain, because we all know that Kenpachi puts fear in everybody. So immediately they shape up and they run off now so that they go look for her. And so now out of nowhere we see this light, and then we see this like very powerful ball of thunder. It now comes down and it should strike all of these men. And so now we see that the cause of that, it was actually one of Bambietta's, like one of Bambietta's members. And so of course with them now appearing, and we don't see Bambietta of course. So that means her own people, these like female knights, they all must have killed her, which definitely kind of sucks. But I gotta say, for these people to be Kenpachi's next opponent, I'm really not digging that. Now, hopefully somebody else comes in there and get involved, because I feel that Kenpachi shouldn't be wasting his time with like these low level members, because if I remember correctly, these females, I don't believe that they have any letters. I do believe that they should follow Bambietta. So Kenpachi really shouldn't be wasting his time with them. So I do wonder what will happen next. So overall, the chapter, it was decent. It was nothing that special. Because like overall we should got the real end for Gremmy, and then we saw Yachu. She's not missing as well, so who knows what's going on with her. But I definitely feel that the female, they're probably behind that. So overall, a decent chapter of Bleach, nothing too special to be honest. But I would love to hear what you guys thought about it though. But as always, please do not forget to like the video and subscribe, because that really helps me out. And you guys take it easy, and I will see you all next time.